Chapter 4. What If? What if you wake up tomorrow to a phone call from a loved one who frantically tells you to turn on the TV? You'll probably be thinking it's another 9/11 or something equally disastrous. You're not sure what they're talking about, but as the TV comes on, you see a split screen showing different parts of the world, all with spaceships in the background. The occupants of those spaceships all say the same thing. We come as friends, don't be alarmed. You're probably thinking this is a movie that you saw as a child, but no, this is real. The spokesman for the visitors has a message for the world that is seen live on every TV screen. We have come here because your world is on the brink of total disaster. Wars and violence are everywhere. You have plagues, famine, and total instability. We have been watching you closely for centuries. Mind you, this is happening live. They explained that they created us as an experiment and hoped it would not come to this. At this time, they begin playing a video starting with cavemen, then early mankind throughout the ages. They tell us how they stayed in the background, only occasionally helping us and secretly to keep us from falling completely. They show how they influenced individuals and peoples and countries in the past, how they were watching over us in the ancient world. They have incredible footage of themselves visiting us throughout the history of man. In their presentation, we see the building of the pyramids, Alexander the Great, the rise and fall of the Roman Empire, the Great Wall of China, and yes, even Columbus's maiden voyage to the New World. They tell us how they hated to see us in war after war, and in 2 great world wars, and now with our weapons of mass destruction. They knew our end was only a matter of time. With the world's political power so unstable, they held off as long as they could, but they could hold off no longer. Your world has never before reached this point, they tell us. We had to reveal ourselves to you, to give you the truth of your who, what, and why. You must understand and believe us. We will do everything in our power to bring peace and safety to all. We are your only hope for survival. After seeing this broadcast, our leaders welcome this good news, and the world rejoices at their coming. Then they proceed to show us great signs of power. Miracles are a way of life to them. They do things that only beings from another world could do. They perform great wonders and even have power over the environment. Through the media, over weeks and months, they show us their superhuman qualities and how they created us and protected us throughout the history of mankind. Yes, we now understand the big picture. This all makes sense, and we have scientific proof. We can stop looking out into space. In fact, we could cancel our space program completely. The aliens reveal a new way of life for the rich and poor alike. All the people of the world would become equal. We could be one big happy family, and no one would be without their basic needs. Wow! The whole world would be at peace. All nations gladly and willingly come under their authority. Remember, they brought world peace, the dream of every beauty queen. It would be like heaven on earth. Why not? It's like they were the savior of the world, a long-promised anointed one. With this new knowledge, the most incredible thing came about. All religions of the world have been debunked. We have our God on earth. Why would you have faith in some mystical sky god that you can't see or touch? In fact, all religious beliefs now seem archaic and silly. Maybe it will make the religious people think twice about their beliefs. This could be great news, because most wars seem to be fought over religious beliefs, holy lands, and our God is bigger than your God. Or we are God's people and you're not. The fighting and disputes over lands, boundaries, oil, and I believe in the near future, water will be solved. Now tell me the truth. With all that is happening on planet Earth today, if real aliens visit us and present themselves in a way that ends greed and makes an environment where all are treated equally, would you or the average Joe object? I don't think so. With their coming and the setting up of a new world order, mankind may for the first time experience heaven on earth. Eat, drink, and be merry. I honestly believe this could happen overnight, especially if we start using weapons of mass destruction. This little story makes sense in more ways than one. If there is a God or creator, someone or something that started our race, the common law of life teaches us that good parents, no matter their race or creed, do their best to nurture and oversee the children and teach them what's best for them. Isn't it the job of parents to raise and teach their offspring about life and its responsibilities? And if a child goes astray, isn't it also the duty of parents to direct them back on the path, even after the child has grown up? The parents' hope is that they will see the error of their ways and return to the right path. So this story would reveal that we have had good parents, or, as some would say, a good God. As good parents, these life givers have watched our planet and overseen our lives from the beginning. They now want us to return to our roots, and they make it easy for us to do so. This should make us all feel safe and loved. It's what all people should want. No more special groups, no religions, no faiths or churches trying to frighten us into believing or else. No more fear of going to hell, and if you do follow, obey, or believe what they say to be true. The aliens would say these mere religious people are just nuts and have no power. Where is their God? The aliens will claim to possess the truth. They are our creator. We are their project. Who else has powers like theirs? In fact, our aliens will most likely tell us to stay away from many of our former beliefs altogether, because by their very presence, they proved all earthly religions false. The aliens may even say that if anyone does not believe in them as their creators, they must be put away for the betterment of the masses. This would be easily agreed upon by the masses, since our world would be much more pleasant without these religious fanatics. There would no longer be wars. There would be peace like we have never known in history. There would be no need for the human race to divide itself into groups of any kind. Thanks to our alien visitors, we would have world peace at last. I know this seems far-fetched and sounds like fiction, but think about it. If this happened, what would you do? What would this mean to your beliefs, or non-beliefs, the faith or lack of faith that is so dear to you? There would be no more searching for your who, what, and why. We now have concrete, tangible, scientific proof that the aliens are your creator. Would you believe? Would the scientific community believe? Of course, if the powers who now run this world had an inkling that these creators of ours were going to set the entire world free, and all the inhabitants of Earth would be on equal ground, I suppose they would blow them out of the sky if given the opportunity. After all, those who run the show are not willing to share the wealth and power. They enjoy the distinction between the haves and the have-nots. So how about you? What if you woke up tomorrow to find this scenario taking place? Would you accept the visitor's explanation of our who, what, and why, and welcome them with open arms? Or would you remain in your own religious belief system? It's just a thought, or is it?